What if, right now, the sun suddenly disappeared? No warning, no explosion, just gone. Would Earth survive this moment, or would everything end instantly? This may sound like science fiction, but today we are going to explore one of the most terrifying possibilities in the universe. So stay with me till the end, because what you're about to hear might completely change the way you see the sky. The sun is not just a bright object in the sky, it is the heart of our solar system and the source of all life on Earth. Every second, it gives us light, heat, and energy. Without it, plants cannot grow, animals cannot survive, and humans would not even exist. Our entire existence depends on this one star. But here's something surprising. Sunlight does not reach Earth instantly. It takes about 8 minutes to travel through space and reach our planet. That means if the sun disappeared right now, we wouldn't even notice it immediately. For a short time, everything would still look completely normal. For those first 8 minutes, people would continue their daily lives. Birds would still be flying in the sky, cars would be moving on the roads, and the world would look exactly the same. No one would have any idea that the source of all life is already gone. But exactly after 8 minutes, everything changes. The sunlight suddenly disappears. Day instantly turns into night. The sky becomes completely dark, and stars start appearing even in the middle of the day. This sudden change would shock the entire world. As soon as the sun's light is gone, the temperature on Earth begins to drop rapidly. Without the sun's heat, the planet starts losing warmth immediately. Within just a few hours, the temperature would fall below freezing, and people would begin to feel an extreme and unnatural cold. Oceans, rivers, and lakes would slowly begin to freeze from the surface. The upper layers would turn into ice first, while deeper parts remain liquid for some time. But as days pass, even those deeper layers would begin to freeze, putting marine life in serious danger. Plants would be among the first to suffer. Without sunlight, photosynthesis would stop instantly. This means plants can no longer produce energy, and within a few days, most plant life would begin to die. This would create a huge problem for all living organisms on Earth. As plants die, animals lose their main source of food. Herbivores would starve first, followed by carnivores. The entire food chain would begin to collapse, and survival would become extremely difficult for most species on the planet. Humans would try to survive using artificial heat and energy. Governments might build underground shelters or use nuclear power to generate heat. But the scale of this disaster would be massive, and resources would run out quickly. In the end, survival would become one of the biggest. As the days pass without the sun, Earth would become colder and darker than ever before. The temperature would continue to drop far below freezing, reaching extreme levels that humans have never experienced. Cities would slowly turn into frozen landscapes, and stepping outside would become almost impossible. Darkness would cover the entire planet, creating a silent and lifeless world. Within just a week, the average temperature on Earth could fall below -40 degrees Celsius. Most parts of the planet would freeze completely. Only a few places with artificial heating or underground shelters might remain somewhat livable. Humanity would be forced to adapt quickly or face extinction. As months go by, the oceans would begin to freeze deeper and deeper. A thick layer of ice would cover the surface, while some liquid water might still exist far below for a short time. But without sunlight, even these areas would eventually become hostile to life. The oceans would slowly turn into cold, silent deserts. The atmosphere would also start to change. Without the sun's energy, weather systems would stop working. Winds would weaken, Clouds would disappear, and the sky would remain permanently dark. Earth would no longer feel like a living, active planet. Even though the sun is gone, Earth would not stop moving. Instead of orbiting, it would continue traveling in a straight line through space. Our planet would slowly drift away into the darkness of the universe, leaving the solar system behind. As Earth drifts into deep space, new dangers could appear. It might pass near rogue planets, asteroid fields, or unknown cosmic objects. Without the sun's gravity controlling the system, Earth's path would become unpredictable and dangerous. Meanwhile, humans would try to survive underground. Scientists and engineers would work together to create artificial heat and energy. But over time, resources like food, fuel, and oxygen would begin to run out. Survival would become harder with each passing day. Technology might help humanity survive for a short time, but it cannot replace the sun forever. Artificial systems would slowly fail, and maintaining life would become nearly impossible. Even the most advanced technology would not be enough in the long run. Slowly, Earth would transform into a frozen and lifeless world. The planet that once supported billions of lives would become silent, dark, and empty. It would stand as a reminder of how dependent we are on the sun. In the end, the disappearance of the sun would mean more than just darkness. It would mean the end of life as we know it. This terrifying scenario shows how fragile our existence truly is, and how important the sun really is for every living being on Earth. But what if somehow humans find a way to survive longer? What if science discovers new methods to generate heat and energy even without the sun? Could humanity still have a chance in this frozen, lifeless world? Or is survival just a temporary illusion? One possible solution could be nuclear energy. Massive underground facilities powered by nuclear reactors might provide heat and electricity for a limited time. These shelters could protect small groups of people from the extreme cold outside, giving humanity a little more time to survive. Another idea could be moving deeper into the Earth. Far below the surface, temperatures are naturally much higher due to the planet's core. Humans might build underground cities where this heat could help sustain life, at least for a while, in a sunless world. However, these solutions are only temporary. Without the sun, food production becomes nearly impossible. Plants cannot grow without sunlight, and artificial systems would require massive amounts of energy. Over time, resources would begin to run out, making survival harder with each passing day. As the years go by, even the strongest survivors would begin to lose hope. The memory of sunlight, warmth, and a normal life would slowly fade away. The bright blue sky would become nothing more than a distant memory of a world that no longer exists. Eventually, Earth would become a completely frozen planet, drifting endlessly through space. With no energy source left to support life, the planet would turn into a cold, silent rock, lost in the vast darkness of the universe. This terrifying scenario shows how deeply we depend on the sun. Every moment of life, every breath we take, is connected to that one star. Without it, everything we know would disappear. But right now, the sun is still there. It continues to shine, giving us life and energy every single day. And maybe we don't always realize how important it truly is until we imagine losing it. So the next time you look up at the sky, remember this. That bright light above you is not just a star. It is the reason you are alive right now. the reason life exists on this planet. And maybe the biggest question is not what would happen if the sun disappeared, but how long we can continue to protect and understand the only star that makes life possible for us. Even after imagining all of this, one question still remains. Why does something as important as the sun feel so normal to us? Every day we wake up, we see the sunlight, and we never really stop to think about how much our survival depends on it. The truth is, we often ignore the things that matter the most. The sun has been there for billions of years, silently supporting life on Earth. And maybe that's exactly why we forget its true value. Just imagine a world where the sun never rises again. No mornings, no warmth, no light. Only darkness, cold, and silence stretching across the entire planet. It's a thought that shows how fragile life really is. And yet, right now, we still have it. The sun is still shining, giving us light, energy, and another chance every single day. A chance to live, to explore, and to understand the universe a little better. Maybe instead of asking what would happen if we lose it, we should start appreciating what we already have. Because in a universe this vast, life like ours is incredibly rare and precious. And who knows, somewhere out there in the universe, there might be other life forms looking at their own star, not realizing how important it is for them, just like we often forget about ours. The universe is full of mysteries. From distant galaxies to unknown worlds, there is so much we still don't understand. And maybe that's what makes it so fascinating and worth exploring. But no matter how far we go, one thing will always remain true. Our journey begins right here, on this small planet, under the light of one star that makes everything possible. So next time you look at the sun, just take a moment. Feel its warmth and remember that without it, none of this would exist. Not you, not me, not this world. If you found this video interesting, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. And tell me in the comments, what do you think would happen if the sun disappeared? I'd love to hear your thoughts.